My name is Masika Time. Today is the 1st of December. Wow, what a beautiful way to begin the month. And of course, being a Friday, that means the whole of the month is gonna be enjoyment and enjoyment. But you have to be very, very careful this month because this is a month of spending, definitely. So you have to keep in mind that you have to save for next year. That is early January, and that is January and early February, because that is when things are so intense for us. But anyway, I'm always glad to have you from Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. till 9:55 a.m. Smart Minutes Business here, Smart 4 TV, where we drive your business. And I'm joined with Godwin Batuma Chayune. Good morning, Godwin.
Good morning. How are you, Mercy? Hope you've had a lovely morning. It is the 1st of December, and it is important to remember that it is World AIDS Day. So we are celebrating World AIDS Day for all those that are living with HIV and the crisis. We have come so far since the 90s. So it is important to celebrate that day. But good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a lovely day. It is a Friday, so we are happy. We're shaking things up. My birthday is on a Monday, so I'm very happy. Of course,
next week we're gonna sing for you. Don't worry.
Of course, you must. I mean, it's the month of celebrations. December is a beautiful month. It's a month where Christmas is. It's a month of Boxing Day. It's a month of New Year's. It's a month of my birthday. So we're very, very happy. And we have a lot to discuss today. Today, we're really getting into the nitty-gritty of the distribution, of course, and the impact of the digital platforms that have come up and how they've impacted the distribution of music and film in the Ugandan industry, how it's positively and negatively affected us, and how that can tie into how they can bolster this economy. Otherwise, let's get into it.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, you talked about AIDS, and of course, I just have to remind people that it is still out there. It's still out there, so you have to be careful. Yeah, that is a lifetime disease, really, till you depart from Earth.
It's real, as they say.
And no one would really want to have that. You would feel uncomfortable taking those drugs, so definitely protect yourself. You know, use ABC method. Can either abstain, be faithful, or use a condom. Well, of course, we are talking about the entertainment industry today and how it is impacting and how far we have progressed as Uganda. But from my point of view, I believe that we actually, 10 years ago, and now you can really see the difference. You can see the content that we're putting out there. You've seen different let's talk about entertainment altogether. We have different artists, even those that are winning awards, even, you know, representing, much as they do not win, but then they're representing, you know, Kenzo is being known as Spice Diana, or which other artists do we have in Uganda? Very many artists representing us and winning awards. That is quite a very
it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing where how far we've come. I mean, for the many years, I think Kenya was on the biggest platform, but Uganda has such amazing, diverse kind of music, right? So I think I have to give credit to, of course, Kenzo and that big City Alosi song, right?
Oh, yeah.
Ever since City Alosi came and he had the kids dance with him, he did something unique. We thank God for YouTube, because we're talking about the digital platforms that have come on and that have been able to bolster the Ugandan music industry and film. Because of YouTube, he was able to have those kids dance in his music video. His song started to circulate all over the internet, right? And before you know it, he's winning a BET award, right? And that was a huge opening door for the Ugandan industry, where because of all we know, of course, Nigeria had already started at the forefront. Nigeria is basically leading the stump. It's definitely leading. Yes, Amapiano and of course Nigeria, they're leading the way in regards to having our music on a bigger platform. But to see that Ugandan music has now started to sort of titillate around those conversations is a very important thing, and it's good to see that, right? So of course the digital platforms have enabled more accessibility for music. So we're able to see more of our artists on. And I also have to recommend, remember the Coca-Cola
the Coca-Cola Studio.
Coca-Cola Studio as well was another platform that was able to be created where different artists would come together, sing songs. I don't know what happened to Coca-Cola Studio.
It is still there. It is still there.
It's not as popping as it used to be.
It's because, you know, actually, yesterday I was talking with my brother and they told me the Generation Z is, wow, it spoiled everything. You know, for us, the millennials from the 1980s onwards, you know, till the 1999, 2000, we are the bunch of kids that were so big-headed, that were stubborn and all that. So, and that was our generation. That was the generation we used to love, because TV was not as much popular as it is now. So people consume other products. You know, we used to have Tasker Project Fame, and it was the thing. You would sit as a family and watch competitions. But now,
and I think
Coca-Cola Studio is on, but people don't
I used
take
to watch
much.
Tasker Project Fame faithfully. You've made such a really good point, right? We don't watch TV as much as we used to watch TV, right? So because of these other digital platforms that have come up, like Spotify, YouTube and stuff, people are consuming quick media, and they're not really sitting down with family to watch TV. We'll sit down with our family and watch Coca-Cola Studio with my mom, and we're cheering on, saying, yes, sing that song, come on, Kenzo. But
People
now everyone
are
is on their
busy.
headsets, on their headphones, on their phones. It's not a community anymore.
And of course, you know, and the fact that people actually, you know, we have variety of music. People are like, oh, my genre is a piano, or this kind of genre. So definitely you find people are glued onto different genres of their music.
Right.
So definitely I believe that could also have impacted
so
some of
it's
the...
created a lot of individualism in terms of music. There's no community-based music anymore, right? So because we used to have the community of music, everyone would join together and there would be a movement. But now you find that everyone is doing that thing, and you have to be so unique. I have to commend Vinka. I have to say, with Vinka on YouTube and because TikTok is another platform that has come up, right?
True.
That has really allowed people
There
to
is
push
a song
the
of
narrative.
Alien Skin that really was so much on TikTok. The very song that everyone was singing about, I don't remember it. I'm not a fan of music. Forgive me, but it trended on TikTok. It got him, you know, everywhere.
Right. All I hear is Alien Skin everywhere. I haven't listened to much of his music, but I know he's everywhere, right? But it's good to say, I think someone like Vinka, who I actually appreciate, I also saw on TikTok. TikTok has become a platform that has allowed people be able to advertise themselves without having to push the narrative through radio and stuff. They can push their song on TikTok, and it becomes so common and so famous.
And you know, I like the fact that with YouTube you can actually watch him. You know, I'm always updated. Every new song that pops up, I have a notification. 2 hours ago, 1 minute ago, I'm able to watch the music video. You know,
and what I love about that, Mercy, is of course we have platforms like Shazam, right? Before, there was a song that was playing in studio when we walked in some time back, right? I think it was a worship song or a Ugandan song, right? Sitoma. And I was like, I love this song, but I don't know who this is. And I was so nervous. I was like, if I Shazam this song, will I find it? Ugandan music, is it really up there? You know, back in the day, when Shazam first came out and you Shazam a Ugandan song that you don't know, you didn't find it. Because I'm like, are Ugandans putting out their songs on the platforms to be discovered? But now guess what? Anybody can now discover music, because a lot of Ugandans are now submitting their music up on all these digital platforms. And because the music has been submitted, right, it's easier for all of us, to discover it. So when I just Shazammed quickly, I was shocked to find that the song came up. I was like, wow. This is good that it's such a huge transformation from 5-6 years ago when Shazam started popping.
I like the fact that we actually are able to compete also on apps like Spotify.
Right.
You see our artists, they have their songs, they're like, okay.
I mean, we look at people like Baraka or Nana, baby. And you see him like he's now partnering up with all the other artists. Because of these digital platforms, he's able to partner up with Nigerian artists, Kenyan artists. You saw that he did that song with a Kenyan artist for that song, Na Na Na. And I've been following him for a long time, right? On Spotify. And now he has many monthly listeners. So he's able to still make that money. But one of the things you have to look at, of course, is the negative impact of the digital platforms. Because we're still a small player in the music industry as Ugandans, right? There's a bit of that bias that comes with it. There's a bit of the low rates that they give Ugandans on Spotify. So you find that a lot of the Ugandans aren't getting the good rates like other international artists are getting, right? So you find like a person like, let's say Vanessa Mode from Tanzania is getting a bit, because she's has more international claim. She might be getting a little higher rate than a Kenzo here, because they're thinking you guys are still Ugandans. Why should they give you a marketable rate like they give the other bigger international artists?
But anyway, I like the fact that when you go to platforms like Spotify, okay, let's give it Africa. Nigeria is taking the toll. People like Rema, people like Wizkid, people like Davido, people like this For My Hands, the one that sang For My Hands with Ed Sheeran. Oh, common person, I don't know. Burna Boy. You see a person, an African, going to hold a concert in actually the UK, and the whole stadium is full, and people are dancing to the tunes. Rema, come down. It was really amazing.
I mean, it's amazing, especially now for the Ugandan.
And yesterday you were showing me a video of people dancing to the African tunes.
Right, it's amazing. So we're now seeing a lot of impact of the white people not dancing, like foreigners dancing our tunes and stuff, right? But on a Ugandan-based platform, we're seeing that, of course, artist empowerment, streaming platforms have given Ugandan artists and filmmakers more control over their work. So I'm seeing a lot more people doing movies and films in Uganda and putting them on these platforms, right?
YouTube.
On YouTube, and they're monetizing these things, right? So they're giving artists a lot more empowerment and control of their work, as opposed to waiting for a studio to put it on a TV station. They're saying, listen, I'll do my short film, put it on YouTube, and monetize it as well, and there'll be ads in it, but I'll start to make money. So they have more control of their work. So artists are putting their work on these bigger platforms. So
and you know, with streaming, you know, when you have more than 1 million followers, subscribers on YouTube, you're given privilege. You know, you earn revenue out of it. We've seen artists like Shiba or Spice Turner.
Right. I mean, you're giving a lot of... And actually, if I had, once you hit 100,000 subscribers, then you're starting to float in a really good area with YouTube, right? As long as I have 100,000 subscribers and then you have a lot of traction to your page, then they start to monetize it even more. I think it starts from about either 50,000 or 10,000 above. But I was seeing a lot of Ugandan artists now, and Ugandan platforms have that. So it gives them a lot more empowerment and control over their work, which is a very, very good thing. But one of the negative things that, of course, that we're seeing is the low royalty rates. So a significant concern for Ugandan artists and filmmakers is the low royalty rates offered by streaming platforms. So these rates often amount to fractions or a penny per stream, making it difficult for artists to generate meaningful revenue from their work. So that's one of the negative advantages, right? Because there's that discrimination of, like, you're still a smaller player in the game, let's give you low royalties. And of course we have things like copyright infringement, where people take their work and then, you know, misuse it and they're not properly being paid, right? So of course we're seeing dominance. There's the algorithm bias. So the algorithms used by streaming platforms to recommend content can inadvertently create biases that favor certain genres, artists, or types of content. This make it challenging, of course, for Ugandan music and films to gain visibility and reach a wider audience because of that kind of algorithm bias, right? They're thinking, Ugandans, why can we put you on a bigger platform? So that's one of the things that people struggle with, which is why it's important for a lot of the artists to take on the empowerment and go into these YouTube channels, go into TikTok, and actually push their channels themselves. Because some of these other big labels will not do that for you.
I think the song I was trying to remember for Eden Skin was City of Danger.
Oh yes, City of Danger.
All over YouTube, and people were, TikTok, people were dancing to it even before it was just an audio. It was just an audio before it became a video. People were dancing to it. So you can actually, people have grown, people grew their music during lockdown on TikTok. My goodness.
TikTok really created a platform for people to be more visible, to be more seen, and to reach a wider audience. So we find a lot of the Ugandan artists are now starting to be more collaborative. So
and people are doing small skits on these different platforms, and people are viewing it. Someone has like 300k views, 100k views. So
and guess what? An artist in Kenya, in Nigeria is going to look at you, and then you're able to collaborate, because now Nigerians have a bigger platform, right? They've really pushed the narrative. So also us, we can piggyback off of their success, which is a good thing. And we're going to continue this conversation, obviously, as we continue. But right now, we're going to take a short break and come back for the press review.
Yes, and of course, right about now, I have a daily monitor and making headlines. You people, like I'd said, we are qualifying for the World Cup cricket. Yay! I'm so happy. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness, what is this?
That is interesting, right? And we're also seeing here in the national news on New Vision, HIV/AIDS decline in infections and deaths registered over past decade. Of course, as we mentioned, it is World AIDS Day, and it's important to be careful because it is a real disease. But of course, we're looking at the statistics here. As global institutions commemorate World AIDS Day today, Uganda is celebrating great strides in regard to ending the HIV/AIDS epidemic by 2030. In Uganda, celebrations will take place in Rakai district under the theme Ending HIV and AIDS, with communities in the lead. So that's really, really good to see. And of course, that is something that's being pushed What else is happening in the Daily Monitor?
Well, of course, 70 teens catch HIV every day. That is according to the report. You see, it is very, very terrifying. 70. That's a lot.
That's a lot for the
and you know, for us in Uganda, we're sexually active. Sorry to say, but that's the truth. I mean, people are idle. Someone trades. No. Yeah. Someone trades alindazi for you know who,
right?
Whatever.
And you know what's funny? People.
It's easier to woo girls these days.
People nowadays are even more afraid of pregnancy than catching HIV and AIDS. It's quite scary. So we have to really educate the younger generation.
For pregnancy, it's out there. For pregnancy, it's out there. For HIV, you can be taking your ARVs low-key, and no one's gonna know you're gonna hide your tablets.
I know.
And of course, it's no longer now. You can actually, the person you're with cannot. If it's treated earlier, someone cannot.
It's important. I think the younger generation, Gen Z, is much crazier, so they need to be educated. First, we grew up as millennials, so we grew up with that. That stigma, that fear, and all of that we had to work through.
Yeah, of course, the analysis of the Uganda AIDS Commission statistics shows that more than 50,000 new HIV infections in the last 2 years have been among young people aged between 15 to 24. That's the most sexually active age.
That's interesting, right?
That age where you don't know what you want.
From teenage to third year campus.
You get like...
Clearly, from teenagers to third year campus, 24 is where things happen.
And of course, here, cricket cranes write history as they qualify for the World Cup. So,
and also,
guys, look at this. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, qualifying, so...
Qualify for the World Cup. That's amazing.
For
that's
cricket.
Big news,
This is a great achievement.
Huge, because I don't think we've qualified for World Cup event like that, right? So we're also seeing Uganda's population rises to 46 million. So, of course, Uganda's population has increased to 46.2 million from 45 million. So we've increased by 1 million, right? Over the past 1 year. A new government report has revealed. The report, and this is the reports that I've... that we've just reported. Some people don't even document themselves, so these numbers might even be lower than we think.
But we're going to carry out a census next year, so probably.
But they're saying the numbers are now 46 from 45 in 1 year. That's 1 million people.
I'm telling you, people are sexually active, so what do you expect?
As we've talked about,
And of course, mostly the youth have
But also, as the population increases, I wonder what the infrastructure is looking like and what the government is doing to be able to accommodate this increasing population in terms of needs, employment levels, the economy, and all of that, right? But then we're also seeing here, Ugandans happy with multi-party democracy, a report says. So a new report released by the Inter-Party Organization for Dialogue, IPOD, in partnership with the Afrobarometer, has indicated that Ugandans are happy with a multi-party democracy. And you can catch that and more in the new vision.
Of course, and here businesses stand to loans to pay taxes. Yeah, you can imagine seeking out a loan to pay taxes.
Interesting, yeah?
Noxious.
So we're also seeing that Wanyama expands Vision Group collaboration to Ankole schools. So, of course, Vision Group Chief Executive Officer Don Wanyama has promised schools in the Ankole region that the company would continue committing more resources to promote education. This is for the
As the call
region.
We call for hygiene and sanitation. 1 million households lack pit latrines in Acholi. How hard is it to dig a pit latrine? How hard is it? Just dig till you can no longer, then you can have something for yourself. These are small things that are still dragging us behind. And
we also see here Muslim Council land sale secrets emerge. So, of course, there has been speculation regarding the land sale agreement between the Ugandan Muslim Supreme Council, UMSC, and businessman Justice Chabahua, whom the court has since cleared to attach eight of the Muslim Council properties to recover Shi's 19 billion arising out of the botched land deal. So we are getting into, of course, the traffic update with Andrew Barije.
Good morning, Andrew. How are you this very morning? Where are you at, and how is the situation?
Thank you, Marcy and Godwin. And I'm Andrew Barija coming live here at the Airtel Roundabout, definitely to give you the latest traffic atmosphere just about here. Well, according to the observation, remember today is the 1st of December, and the entirety of the city seems to be a little bit calm simply because quite a number of students reported back home. I mean, it's holiday season, and as we proceed later on, remember, as we're heading into the festive season, Of course, majority of the people are going to be running to the villages to get prepared to celebrate the festive, of course, celebrations for this year 2023. So the situation is a little bit calm all around. That is the city center. Now, of course, to where I'm starting at the Airtel roundabout here, if we could start all the way, I take a look at Ginger Road. It's all smooth. Vehicles coming in from areas like Nakawa, and you probably coming in from actually even Tinda, Nakawa, Chireka, Banda. You will not spend a lot of minutes actually. Roughly, it's about a 7-minute drive from all there up to here, and you'll be able to head to the city center effectively and execute what you're executing in time. It's quite very, very, very calm to all the situations and all the routes that link to this particular roundabout, as you can observe. Not so many pedestrians as such, quite moderate in terms of that. And of course, you know that around this area there is no traffic officer controlling any of the vehicles. Probably they are just ahead of the traffic lights, just ahead where the Ginger Road joins together with Kampala Road. Anyway, away from that now, we take a look at the Wampel Avenue. Of course, for the people, which takes you straight to Kololo. That side, you can really see that it's also very friendly. And actually, some of the people that are coming, that are coming in from the city center, they prefer to use the Nile Avenue, link up to Garden City, then pass via the Wampel Avenue, and they can actually proceed to the different destinations. And even those that are coming in from areas from the Kololo side, you know, they prefer to use the Wampel Avenue. They link over, cross over to Garden City, link to Nile Avenue, then they proceed to the city center. It's some sort of a shortcut which can actually lead you to save quite some numerous amount of time. All right, that is it like. Very free, and there is peace, there is calmness, it is still, in other words, as you can observe that. Okay, now, away from that, we switch slowly as we head to take a look at the vehicles that are coming in from Kampala Road, and they are linking up straight to Ginger Road, proceeding to the different destinations. You can clearly see there is a little bit of it's a bit okay, and some people actually still use the Garden City, proceed via the Nile Avenue, and they just come straight here, as compared to those that come from the city center and they are stopped at the traffic lights where Kampala Road joins Ginger Road. That is a little bit. It might delay you a little bit. You might lose about 5 minutes coming in here, though you're not held for quite a long time before you're set free from that. So some of these vehicles actually have connected all the way there. Some are coming in from Wandega, Mulago, you know, Kasubi, and so many of those areas. Yeah, probably there could be possibilities that they actually are coming in from those areas. But it's quite very calm, as you can really observe. There is discipline, of course, as I can observe, despite at this roundabout that we don't have any traffic officers controlling the jam. So it's always a little bit quite friendly when it comes to the movement of the vehicles heading to other different destinations. Now, still applies to when we take a look at Ginger Road joining Kampala Road. Now talking about vehicles that are coming in from the old Port Bell Road, though we shall later review the old Port Bell Road in just a few seconds, but you can actually see clearly held. You lose about 5 minutes, actually 5 minutes roughly. Yes, and of course there is also the constructions that are happening just across the access road, so all that contributes to a little bit of the slightness in the congestion around there, but it's still friendly, as you can actually really observe the old Port Bell Road. People that are coming in from Luzira, Chitintale, coming in from areas, I mean, all Bugolobi, actually, Bugolobi, Luzira, Chitintale, and so many more of those areas linking up there. It's quite very free and very friendly, and actually some can decide to link up to Steel Access Road in some sort of a way, but it's quite very free. So same applies to any person. You're coming from the city center, your destination is Luzira, Bugolobi, Chitintale. Well, chances are high that you will be able to reach in the required time. You don't lose quite any minutes right there. As I've estimated, the maximum minutes that you are likely to lose on your journey is perfectly 7 minutes. quite friendly, as you can see. Isn't that amazing? On the 1st of December 2023. And well, that is it for the traffic updates for this very morning. I've been Andrew Barije, of course, coming in live here at the Airtel Roundabout, taking a look at the traffic atmosphere here, and it's very calm. At this point in time, let me take you back to studio with Marcy and Godwin.
And of course, we are just 27 minutes past our first hour Smart Business, and we're going in for a short breather. But coming up is East Africa and international business news. Please do stick around.